Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 1 on brutal difficulty. This is chapter 4 of 22. It is entitled Plane Wrecked. So, regardless of what you had in the previous chapter, you now have just your sidearm at first, and it has 40 bullets. This is it's a difficult chapter. It's a lengthy chapter, and I didn't have too many problems going through this chapter, but again, you guys have to remember that I've gone through brutal twice now, and I'm very desensitized to it. I have a lot of patience and tolerance for this level, and but I understand. Believe me, I understand how hard this chapter can be. Anyway, so let's focus on what we need to do first. We're gonna have a gunfight with 4 to 5 enemies coming up over here, and try to get headshots. They're going to give you a checkpoint right over here, and you're going to have 2 guys sliding down a vine rope at first, and I try to get headshots on them coming down. It's rather difficult when they're in motion like that. We were already put to the black and white screen. Stay close to the left side, because these guys can head over to the right and shoot around the cover, kind of. So if you're wasting too many bullets here, just reset the checkpoint. You don't lose much progress at all. There we go. There's a headshot. Okay, now that these 2 guys are gone, take out the guy on top. He never comes down. Just try to headshot him. There's a little bit of ammo over here. See how you only get 2? Well, on crushing, you'd get much more. You get like 5 times as much. So just pick up the enemy's ammo over here. Come up here, and then you're going to be hiding behind this low rock wall. And I would recommend trying to melee this guy, because you just don't want to waste too much ammunition. A lot of the times, he's just going to get a hit on you like that, and you're going to get killed. I don't know if that was not a brutal combo. I'm not very good at the brutal combos, to be honest. They're kind of hit or miss for me. But you don't get a checkpoint quite yet. So stay over here. And these guys rushed me this time. I don't remember these guys rushing too much. But do you see how vulnerable I was right there? That could have gone either way. That's going to happen quite a lot. But if you can end this section with 35 or more bullets. Oh, did he rush? He kind of rushed a little bit too. Yeah, he fucking rushed, man. So let's see how many bullets we have. We have 40. I mean, I believe that's as much as you can carry with this sidearm. So that's good. That's very good. Remember to pick up the nade over there. And then we've got a really tough fight over here to do. But it's not too difficult. Anyway, you're going to be jumping down over here, and you can get off the first shot. So try your best to wound somebody critically like that. And enemies are going to be coming from the middle lane where I was just aiming, and over there to the right, around that little wall over there to the right. See that one? They come either way. They do not come to the left. Enemies will come to the left in the next part after you get a checkpoint, but it really isn't too hard, and you can melee people if you want to when they come up to you to save ammunition. So what's going to happen is you're going to take care of the the 8 or 10 enemies down here, and the enemies are going to be jumping down from the cliff up to the left. There we go. We got a little bit of ammo, 4 rounds apparently, and most of the guys will rush you over here. I think the majority of people will rush you. It's also very important to just remember that you don't get a checkpoint until the enemies drop down to the left. There's a few guys coming. So I believe this is the last guy, and here is where they come down. There is an incendiary barrel up there that you can shoot and hopefully kill somebody with. Okay. Oh, we've got one more guy left. One more guy. So we can maybe safely melee this guy. I'm not too sure what actually ends up happening. Well, do you know what ended up happening? I failed the brutal combo. I always fail it. It's difficult to do. Anyway, the incendiary barrel is hard to see. I think I need to... There we go. See, it's over there to the right. If you fall back a little bit, you might be able to see a little bit more clearly. But I believe there's just a couple guys down here to kill, and then you're going to get a checkpoint. And if you die, they put you a little further down the way by the circular structure in the distance. That little wall that's a circle or an octagon or what have you. This should be the last guy. Then they're going to stick you on the area that I mentioned. So there's going to be some overlapping footage over here to kind of blend in the footage because I had a difficult time doing it. The first thing you need to do is shoot that exploding barrel again. Because it will respawn, as will the weapons over here. And now what happens is you usually will get the shotgunner rushing you. And if his back is turned, you can do a melee kill instantly without having to combo him or do melee attacks on him. Let's see, what would I recommend here? I would recommend using the shotgun, because on the section that's coming up after this, the shotgun's not very helpful. So what I would recommend is just to use this shotgun as much as possible. You also have to remember, when you're going around collecting ammunition, if you want to maximize how much ammunition you get, don't just pick up the scraps on the ground of a weapon that you already have. Switch to something else first, and then pick up the weapon on the ground that you want, because then that will give you a fresh, full clip. And I'll talk about that a little bit more, but just remember, don't pick up the scraps with a weapon that you already have. Okay, now we're coming up here, and enemies will aggro at this point from the other side. I think you may be able to hear it, but it doesn't matter because we're going to reset the checkpoint up here. We've got 28 bullets, which is pretty good. And just come right over here, and this is where you get a checkpoint. And I'm going to throw a nade. But see the guy's head? It's right over there. He's really easy to get a headshot on. So I'm going to kill those two guys. When two of them have been killed, what you're going to do is... now this is a strategy that I've patented, and I've done this for since 2012. As far as I know, I was the one who discovered this. When you come down here, you're going to jump on this and then jump back through the hole in the wall. Don't ever open the gate until the fight's completely over. Okay? Now, the way to get these enemies to spawn on the other side is if you jump through this crack and land on that column that we used to jump back up here, they don't spawn. You have to actually touch the ground. So if you jump from this place to the little column that's broken where that guy was, they won't spawn. Remember, you've got to touch down on the ground. Now, this is the second of the three phases over here, and you have to do all of this without getting killed. You can go back to where we were before, on the last section down below, and reconnoiter that area, pick up more nades, pick up an assault rifle, and maximize your inventory that way. Okay, so you've got to kill like at least 6 more people at this point, and just shoot them right through the fence. Take any kind of shot you can. If all you have access to is a leg, shoot the leg. Shoot an arm. Shoot shoot anything you can. Preferably shoot their head if you can, obviously. And then once everybody's dead, something kind of funny happened over here, and I'm glad it happened. It didn't happen the last time I did this, but I want to show you how this can kind of screw up on you, but how you can recover from it if it happens. So if you need to see where people are, just come back up here and swap your shoulders. And if nobody's visible, they're probably next to the gate down there. And just be very careful. And if you want to throw nades to conserve ammunition, because one of the problems you might face over here is if you're too haphazard about shooting all of your ammunition, you could run out. And then what are you going to do? How are you going to shoot enemies through the fence? Again, there's ammunition down below where we were, but it's not very much, because on Brutal they really are scarce about giving you ammunition. Okay, so this should almost be finished up. There we go. We've got a headshot on him. He was critically wounded. Now we're going to go back up here and kind of see what's going on. There's going to be one guy down over here. I'm going to kind of go around over here and collect some AK-47 ammunition. I'm going to leave one of them. You see the one that's leaning against that rock wall right there to the left up ahead? I'm going to leave that for later. I'm going to switch to the shotgun, and then I'm going to switch back to the AK-47 or vice versa. I'm not quite sure. The shotgun's very handy in this game. The grenades are very fair. I like them quite a lot. It's kind of funny though about the grenades. I'll talk about it in a minute. How when you throw one and it doesn't seem like you're gonna kill somebody, it kills somebody. But sometimes you'll throw a grenade right under people, or like right in between their legs, or it seems like you throw one right into their mouth. Sometimes they still don't get killed. And I was joking a little bit about that, but anyway, so pick up the ammunition over here from these dead bodies. We did kill the guy that was in this area. We've got one more guy through that door up ahead. He does not charge you over here, so don't worry about that. Just, again, be very careful. Here we go. It's right up here. I believe I got a critical right over there. So I'm going to stand behind here and allow my health to regenerate. And then we've just got him to kill before the third and final wave coming up over here. So, up ahead there's a grenade too. I believe there's just one grenade. So, and again, there's more grenades down below where we were too. Everybody that's going to be spawning, I believe. Do you see that? I'm a headshot expert, guys. Did you know that? I already knew that, but I just wanted to show you guys that I am a headshot expert. Okay, now come up to about there. Holy shit. You see that? I don't know who shot me. But come back here and then watch what happens. Sometimes this can happen where he doesn't jump up there. And that can mean your death if enemies are hot on your heels. So we're going to redo the jump and come up here. Now why did it screw up? I really don't know. Sometimes I hold the X button like a little bit longer to make him jump like a little bit more consistently forward in a long way. Sometimes I just press the X button and it does it anyway, regardless of how long I press the X button, but I don't think you have to hold the X button longer to jump further. But anyway, at least we made it back up here. So this is a really good way to contain these enemies. If you don't want to do this strategy, there are places that you can hide. There is a treasure over here that if you go back a little bit and jump to where there's some trees over there, there is some cover, but I don't trust it. I've tried to do it in the past. I don't trust the cover over here. I trust this. So now everybody's going to be rushing us. I think everybody's got AK-47s, but the final guy that charges you, and he may not be the final guy every time, but there's a shotgunner coming up over here. There's one guy with a shotgun. You've really got to be careful of him because he can one-shot you. But see how well this works? Now you may ask, Vic Benedict, where did you learn of this? Were you watching videos? Did you see somebody doing this? I never saw anybody doing this. When I first saw this, it was obvious to me what I should do about it, and I did this. So it was a natural instinct to do this for myself, and so I'm taking credit for it because I did not see anybody ever do it, and I discovered it as far as I know. Now I'm not trying to swing my dick around too much and ask for you guys to fall on your knees and pray to me and give me all of the reverence you possibly can, but I'm just saying I did patent it. So anyway, if you notice, there's going to be a shotgunner coming right over here, and I would highly recommend that you stand on this side, not on the other side of the gate over here, because I don't trust the other side of the gate. This seems to afford you a little bit more protection. There he is. See this guy? Here, he's the one with the shotgun. And once we clear this, we can pick up his shotgun and then swap that for the AK-47 and get a full clip. So how many times did this take me? Single time. Single time. I've done this so many times, I'm really used to doing it. But this should be the last guy, and after I'm done with it, you will see me jump 3 times in the air. That is my jump for joy. My jump for joy. Anytime I do a hard section and I'm really happy and pleased with my performance, I will jump in the air 3 times. It's another guide light motif. So you will just see me jump 3 times in the air. And I believe this is the last guy. So once this is done, I'm probably going to go back down and get some more ammunition. It would be the smart thing to do. But I will edit that out. I mostly will edit that out, you guys. You know, picking up ammunition, you know, it's self-evident that you need to do it, so I'm not going to waste your time and make the video longer than it needs to be. So just assume that I'm doing that. Alright, so there's another cleared section down, and don't forget to pick up that grenade over there. We've got some situations over here that you might want to use the shotgun for. I really don't use the shotgun too much on this chapter, but don't let that fool you, because the shotgun can be a lifesaver at times. It's a very good weapon. This section over here, I think if this is what I remember that it is, this is a pretty difficult section. This took me about 45 minutes earlier, and the main thing that you want to try to do is get these guys in a cluster. If you can have the patience here to wait for them to get into a cluster. Their AI sensitivity is incredibly sensitive. There's going to be a medal that pops up over here. It says Dynamite Master. What that means is that I've got the explosive kill to kill 3 enemies at a single time 5 times. So that's what that was all about. So we were able to conserve a lot of ammunition right there by throwing a single grenade. And to cancel out of that, when you're holding L1, you can press square, triangle, or circle to cancel out of it while you're holding L1. And I think this may be the last guy, so we may even have got 4 guys killed with that single grenade. And anytime that you don't see me scavenge around for ammunition, just remember that I am, and I'm doing it off camera. So over here to the left, there's a handgun, so don't forget to pick that up. Sometimes it gives you 3 pieces of ammunition, sometimes 2. To do that really long jump where you skip one of the handholds, you press the analog in the direction you're aiming, and you double tap X, and you can go a little bit more quickly. And now when you get over here, when you jump onto this piece of platform, you want to just get onto it and then jump off real quickly. And then there's going to be 2 guys over here, and you're going to be doing this twice. Once now and then once in a minute. So a moment ago, after I picked up that piece of that handgun on the on that rail over there, sometimes that gives you 2. Did I mention that? Sometimes it gives you 2, sometimes 3. But try your best over here to get a critical and one-shot these guys. The next time you do that scenario where you're hanging off a ledge and trying to kill 2 people, I was on it for like an hour. I got really frustrated, and I just could not get a critical on anybody. You also get a checkpoint over here after that fight because I died on these handholds over here, so rather frustrating. So just, you know, keep making your way over here, and then it's important on this section to know how to do it without dying. You're gonna head over here to the right and just move the analog forward. Don't jump here, you may fall off. Same goes for this part over here. As you're falling down, just move the left analog stick over to the right. And I believe they will give you some ammunition if you don't have any over here, because if you don't have any ammunition, this would not work, or a grenade. So it's your choice, really. In hindsight, I should have thrown a grenade on this part, because there's going to be 2 grenades coming up, and I had an extra one that I couldn't put in my inventory. This is the part that took me an hour, because I was really trying to save ammunition over here, and I was not ever able to kill them in one shot. So after you jump onto this one, you will spawn these guys. If you don't, just stand on it and then jump off of it really quickly. And we have got a lot of ammunition, so it's really good. And by the time you kill these people, you might have about half of what you have now. So we're probably going to have around 15 bullets after this, which is a little unfortunate. I think what it is that they're just too far away and you can't be accurate enough to one-shot them. I tried everything. Like, I wanted to use a grenade over here, and I tried to jump onto the adjacent pieces of platform over here, but they would put me down every time, because I have 3 grenades and there's 2 over there, and I wanted to, like I said, use one so I wouldn't lose out on one. But you've just got to be really patient on these fights and not use too much ammunition, because there's a huge brawl coming up in the next area. That's a 3-segment fight. The last time I really spoke highly of the shotgun, I still do. It's a fantastic, just absolutely fabulous weapon. But I decided to just go for the AK-47, and you can actually farm off that piece of gun round over there if you keep resetting the checkpoint. If you want to keep farming off of it until you get 3 rounds rather than 2, if it's that important to you. In hindsight, I probably should have taken the shotgun into this area, because there's an AK-47 that I could have switched out with and increased my clip size over here. So here's the fight coming up over here. You're just going to be jumping down into this area. And as I mentioned before, the sensitivity of these enemies is just incredible. Stealth just not work in this game hardly at all. So jump down here, and these guys they're clustered around the airplane over there. And if you could just get a little bit closer, you could probably kill a cluster of them, and it's unfortunate. But when you're throwing grenades at guys behind those destructible pieces of cover, just throw it at the piece of cover and it's a guaranteed kill. You've also got a couple of heroes charging you. Sometimes it's just 1, sometimes it's 2. It kind of just depends on if he goes behind cover. But just check this out. Just throw it right over there. Guaranteed kill. Don't even look and see if he's going to die, because it's a guaranteed kill. Okay? And now if you stand behind this piece of cover like this, swap your shoulders, and go for a headshot on him. That's a good deal. There's also going to be a shotgunner coming into the area right before you get a checkpoint. And just you've got to bear in mind this, guys, if you don't take any other advice about the weapon switching, because it maximizes how much ammunition you have, because you don't want to just be going around collecting scraps. I mean, look at what you get. You get 2, you get 3. You know, would you rather have 3 or would you rather have 33? It's that important. But any more spawners that come, if they're coming from the left, sometimes they will blow that barrel up themselves, and that's unfortunate if it doesn't hit them. But definitely try to do whatever you possibly can to conserve ammo. But if you want the most ammunition, you want to switch from what you have. In this case, I'm going to switch out for the shotgun from this shotgunner that's coming up, and what's then going to happen, because in this case I want more AK-47 ammunition for myself, and I currently possess the AK-47. So what you want to do is, when you want to switch from what you have to something else, you first have to mind that you don't want to pick up the weapon that you just dropped when you made the aforementioned switch. Just go find a different weapon that you want. So in my case, as I want to maximize my AK-47 ammo, what you're going to see is I drop the AK-47, I switch to the shotgun, and then what I did after that is I went around the area and I scavenged. Here's the shotgunner, by the way. I scavenged for a fresh AK-47, not the one that I dropped to pick up the shotgun right over here. This will allow me to receive a fresh clip. Okay, So then I went around the grounds. You won't see this because I edited it. I went around the grounds and picked up all the other AK-47 drops from the strewn corpses on the battlefield. And then you can apply that technique to any situation that can accommodate your needs. Notice that we couldn't do that with the shotgun because there's only one shotgun over there. Now you've got to work really fast to get out of this situation. So what you want to do is you want to come up here. If you've got a spare amount of nades, throw them. And what we want to do is we want to hit people as they're coming down the cliff over here. So they'll come down. And it's really important, though, if you want this to work like this, you have to kill those people with grenades at first. And then what you want to do is just pick off people as they're coming down here. And this can work really bad, or it can work very excellent. And then after this, you get another checkpoint. So when you see the up button on the D-pad, that means you get another checkpoint. So I've got a handgun with a decent amount of ammunition. I've still got the AK-47. I picked up the guy's shotgun, and I was trying to do that weapon switching trick, but it locked me into a checkpoint, so I started with the shotgun, which doesn't matter because since all the weapons repopulate, I can just switch out to the AK-47 and get a fresh clip of that and do it as I like. So here's the checkpoint anyway, right there. Okay, so now that we've got the checkpoint, what we're gonna do is come on back over here. If you're curious how you do that little sidle along the cover like that, all you have to do is press in the direction of the cover and hold the circle button. If you just press it, he won't do it. But anyway, now at this point, when you kill one of these two guys, then you're gonna have more enemies coming, and there's gonna be two shotgun guys. There's one of them. I believe he may have killed himself that way. But again, you're going to have a couple heroes coming out to rush you. And in the past, I think I mentioned that this was a very difficult section. It's not really that hard because these guys tend to get behind cover and you can blow it up. This guy's flanking me a little bit and it's making me a bit uncomfortable, so I'm gonna jump over here and see if I can put him down with a shotgun, and we succeeded in doing so. Now it's a guaranteed kill for him because he's behind cover, and I think we just have maybe two guys left. If it's just one guy, I'm going to try to rush him, but he's pretty much sealed in over there. I also I have not had the ability to put in text on videos because my media generator for some reason is not working. So in lieu of putting a notation in earlier, just remember that before you go up and investigate the destroyed helicopter, or not, the chopper in the trees, after you get the first prompt to go up there, make sure that you pick up a grenade. Do you see where this enemy's up there? There's a box with a grenade on there, so make sure that you pick that up before the checkpoint so that you can use it on that spawn of all those enemies running down the hill. And hell, I was trying to charge this guy, but there's just no way when he's not going to move like that. I tried once and it just didn't work out too well. So I think we can just put him down with the shotgun over here, and then we've got a final fight that it really isn't too hard. The more you play this game and you get comfortable with it, and you realize how to do these tactics, you're gonna be able to get through this game a little bit better than when you start out. But anyway, just do all of your looting and then come up here, and then it's gonna be this guy with a shotgun getting killed by that trap, so just get out of the way. Sometimes it kills you, but it doesn't matter, you're gonna get a checkpoint. And now believe me, I'm gonna use the shotgun, but for now I've just since so much of this game is long-range combat, I'm just not gonna use the shotgun right now. Just because I'm not using it, it doesn't by any means mean that you shouldn't use it. It's a terrific tool, and if you want a different weapon, you can swap it out for whatever you want as well. So anyway, here we go with the last segment of the chapter. The first guy you can do a stealth kill on, right over yonder. What a beautiful game. Look at this gorgeous game. But you just want to come up here. Actually, there's two guys you could do stealth kills on. So take him out with a stealth kill. And then this guy up here, you just go up and you punch him. And then the rocket launcher guy, looks like he's just sitting there chilling out. Try to get a headshot on him. And then there's going to be one guy like right here. So just fire away at that guy. And then this guy over here, you can shoot the incendiary barrel to take him out. Notice that there's a couple more in the distance, but at this point, when you rush up, there's going to be a couple more guys. So in a minute, we're going to get a checkpoint. So you don't have to do too much to get this checkpoint over here. I believe that's the shotgun guy. There are no heavies in this game, which is really nice. I just don't like heavies. I guess you could think of this guy as a heavy, but I mean, you can one-shot him, so it's not really a heavy. So I think I'm gonna charge this guy. There you go. Was that a brutal combo? No. Okay. Anyway, here's the checkpoint right over here. So you just want to jump up here. To jump up there like that, you have to press forward on the left analog stick and hold the X button. And I'm going to try to loosen up a couple of these traps to see if I can kill anybody. And then I'm going to use this rocket launcher type of a weapon to see if I can kill anybody. But I never get many kills with that. But now what I'm going to do is just hang back here and just pick off anybody who's coming up. I'm going to save those incendiary barrels for any groupings of enemies that I can get. But these guys ran up a little bit too fast for me to react. I believe this guy over here gets killed by a trap. If not, then it was a different take where that didn't happen. You could also set off the traps and kill them. That was what I was trying to do when they first spawned, but I don't think that it worked. The way those traps work is that they'll quickly give you the circle button prompt, and if you don't press it, you will get killed. If you press it correctly, you'll just kind of roll through the trap before it releases. Yeah, this is where he got killed. See, I wish I could have said that I did that, but he fell into it by himself. So anyway, once you kill this guy, this last guy, I believe there is another grouping of enemies, and that's why I'm saving these incendiary barrels for them. But I can't really tell, when they're coming, so I'm just going to come up here and see if I can do anything good. Okay, now, you don't get a checkpoint over here, and we're trying to cross the tripwire point and fall back, and now we've got another grouping of enemies coming. You'll probably be able to see them in the distance. Here they are. There's like three more guys left. That's all you got to do, and then you'll clear the section. That was nice. We killed 2 of the 3 guys, and I think we just have 1 more guy left. So, so what do you need to take to the fortress? Just take your handgun. You're gonna get a micro, so you could switch the handgun for the micro and maximize your bullets. And I don't even think you get a micro on this chapter. The micro is a weapon that premieres on chapter 5, so don't even worry about that. Just take your AK-47. It's better than the shotgun. The AK, that is, definitely better, because you're going to be doing some shooting from far distances to kill enemies. They're going to be on top of roofs and things like that, so it's going to be much better if you have the AK. And this cowering bastard down here may be the last guy that we need to take care of. And I think I'm just going to try to shoot him without charging him, because if I do die over here, we're going to lose quite a bit of progress. So it's a tough chapter. There's really no doubt about it. But if you can believe it, things do get harder. Like I said, if you can believe that, because this is a damn hard chapter. If you die on these traps over here, you do get a checkpoint. I can guarantee that, because I died on those on crushing difficulty and I got a checkpoint, which is nice. And you guys take care, okay? And I will see you in the next segment. Thank you very much for watching my guide. Thanks for your patronage, and I will see you in the next video.